Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hey, Look What I Cooked! We're going to smoke some chicken today. Let's just get right down to it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to spatchcock these chickens. We're basically going to be cutting out the backbone of the bird so it lays flat and it cooks more evenly. So we're going to remove one of these and we're going to cut the backbone at either side of this bird here. So we're going to speed this up because it takes a little while. But we're just cutting the backbone out. So what we're doing next here is we're going to brine the chicken. I got a big stock pot here. We're going to put 3/4 cup of salt in to the stock pot. You can use a briner bucket. I just don't have one. I have a big stock pot which I make chicken pot pie in. So we're going to do 3/4 cup of salt. Then we're going to hit it next with a 1/2 cup of sugar. And then we're going to go get our Worcestershire sauce. And we're just going to pour a 1/2 cup of that in as well. Now the idea here is that we're trying to penetrate the chicken with moisture, but we're going to add some flavor too. Then you're just going to add enough water to cover the salt and sugar, and you're going to boil it until it dissolves. But you don't want to put a lot of water in there, so it takes forever. So we've finally boiled our water, and you put some ice in it to cool it down because you don't want to poach the chicken. So my theory is that you put a bucket of ice in and you stir it around until the ice is tinier, and when it stops melting, that means that you got cool water, so it's safe to put your chickens in. So there's chicken number 1, and we're going to go with chicken number 2 here, and we're going to go get a small plate to keep the bird submerged there, and we're going to be able to brine these overnight. You don't have to do it overnight, but I find it best to just let them sit in there and be able to absorb as much moisture as possible so that they don't get dry in the smoker. So you're just getting something to weight them down there. And we'll put this to bed overnight and we'll see you the next day. Next, what we're going to make here is our rub. First, we're going to do a 1/4 cup of pepper. We're going to equal that with a 1/4 cup of salt. Then we're going to bring in some onion powder. And again, we're not measuring anything after the salt and pepper. This is all to taste. Sprinkle some in. If you find it's a little less oniony, put some more in. Next is garlic powder. Then we're going to move on to some rosemary. Now, if you have fresh rosemary, that's great. Chop it up and give a little bit more of a depth there, but we just have some dried rosemary, works fine too. Then we're going to bring in some thyme. And again, if you have fresh herbs, use those. I just happen to do this a lot, so it's kind of hard to get them to grow. So we're going to bring in our chili powder. Again, you see I'm going a little bit lighter than I would have with pork here. But it's a different type of protein. Next is the chipotle black pepper. Give it a little bit of kick. Then a generous helping of lemon pepper. This is going to bring out the citrus in the bird. When you're working with poultry, it's really good to bring out some citrus. Then we're going to do a little bit of mustard powder. Now we're not using the spoon to measure, just so that we don't dump the whole thing in there by accident. And then we're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of brown sugar. And of course, with the brown sugar, you're going to have to mash it up, make sure there's no clumps, so you just don't have a big patch of brown sugar just sitting on your bird there. And as always, you just want to try to get it broken up because we're going to put it in our handy dandy shaker bottle and we're going to be good to go. We're going to get this on the bird. Now we have our bird coming out of the brine. So you're going to want to let this drip off as much as you can so that there's not as much water on it. We want the inside of the bird to be moist, not be wet on the outside. So let that bird drain a little bit. What we're going to be doing here shortly is getting some paper towels so that we can get all the moisture off the skin, so it'll cook up and it won't take forever. So we're peeling these skins back. We're not going to be eating the skin today, so it really doesn't matter what's there. It's just to protect the breast and thighs and all that. Keep them moist, keep them covered. You're going to see here, we're going to get our paper towels and we're going to pat this dry. Now it's really important that you get it really dry because all your seasonings will mat up on the top and they won't get inside the bird here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pat this real dry, and this takes a little bit of time, a couple handfuls of napkins. We're going to speed this up. What we're going to do now is we're going to season the bird. So we're going to get our good friend the chili oil, and we're going to want to apply this. Really don't need to get the skins because we're not eating that. You want to make sure you get all the nooks and crannies down to the legs, into the thighs. When you turn this bird over, get back there as well. Apply generously. We want to make sure we get every nook and cranny because everything wants to be seasoned. So rub those breasts real nice. Get into the thighs, get all the way down the leg bones. What's important is that you're able to get this rub stuck to the meat. So as the interest of time again, I don't want you to watch me rub the meat. We're going to speed it up. Hey everyone, we're out here at the smoker now. Just wanted to give you a look at what we're doing here. So we're going to be doing, again, pecan and cherry wood today in our master built smoker, but let's take a look on inside. So this is the setup we got. We got them stacked here. As you can see, I got some lemon in the drip pan. Excited about that because when you're working with chicken, like I said, you're dealing with a lot of acids and herbs and things like that. So we really want to make sure that we're giving this a real good, deep penetrating flavor. So this is what the grill looks like. We're going to throw on some pecan and cherry pellets or chips, and we'll see you guys back in a little bit. Let's take a look at these chickens. They're coming along great. Not quite done yet. We're just making sure that they are still juicy. They still got a lot of juice left in them here. So we're going to come back. We're going to add some more wood chips, and we'll be back in a little bit. So it's a little bit later here. Our breasts are reading 152. Our thighs are reading a little bit higher than that. So I think we're on a really good pace here. These will be done here hopefully within the next hour. So we're going to let these keep smoking up. We're not going to add any more wood chips. We're just going to let these suckers go, get up the temperature, and you can see how juicy they are. This is amazing. This is really good chicken we're doing here. We're back here at the smoker, and these things are done. They're at a 165 internal temperature. We're going to pull these off. We're going to get rid of that skin, and then we're going to go ahead and pull these and put them in the crock pot for later. So this is how our bird turned out. We're just going to start pulling this off the bone here, and we're going to get our claws out of here in a little bit. But we just want to get this off the bone and have it free to be pulled out here. So we're going to get to this. We're going to speed her up here so it doesn't take all day. As we finish up this pooling process here, I just want to thank you again for watching another episode of Hey, Look What I Cooked. We'll be having some more videos out soon. And hit subscribe if you like. If not, just keep watching the videos. They're fun. See how I cook. So take it easy until next time.